Track wrestling here, Camp Pendleton in the barracks with Kyle Snyder. About a week into training camp at this point. What are some of the key highlights of what's transpired to this point for you?
Well, I mean, the training's been really good. I love training camps, getting different feels from different partners and learning from all the coaches that are here. So that's all been really good. It's been cool being able to. We're all in like one big barrack. So the world team's separated. They have their own bunks, and then the national team and junior guys and other coaches are on the other side. So we've been hanging out a lot, which has been fun, and all our fiancés and wives and girlfriends are here as well, staying in an Airbnb a couple miles down the road. So it's pretty nice.
So the guys behind us here, a little bit ago, we're talking about a game of credit card roulette.
Yeah.
That went down last night.
It was big, man. It was real big. We went to some steak and seafood place down on Oceanside, and it was probably, I think there was 15 of us. So 15 of us, one bill. We all put our credit cards into a hat. Everybody's nervous. Coach Zadek's the one who is holding the hat. He drops the hat, and the credit cards fall out on the floor. All right, so we got to take the credit cards, put them back into the hat. Then the waiter, I think his name was Jake. The waiter, Jake, comes out, and he's pulling the credit card. So first card he pulls is Zadek's, and Zadek dropped the cards. We thought it was a little suspicious. Obviously, Zadek wouldn't cheat, but his card comes out first. My card comes out second, and then I think it was Jordan's, then David's, and then it came down to Dake and Logan for the final card, and Logan's got pulled out, so Dake ended up winning the game, having to pay for everybody's
Winning the game
meal.
or losing the game?
It's all, you're winning. Anytime you pay for your friend's meal, you're winning.
How much was the tab?
I think it was a bit over $1,000. So
yeah.
It was pretty expensive meal, but you run the risk. I mean, you're never going to get better odds in credit card roulette. With that many people, it's like you got to play.
Hey, Living the Dream Metal Fund can
Yeah.
fund that too, right?
Right.
What did you think when you found out that training camp was going to be at Camp Pendleton? What were some of the thoughts that ran through your mind?
I didn't really have many thoughts. I don't really worry about anything. I know Coach Zadek takes care of it, so I just come here and work hard.
A lot of cool things going on this week. The United States Wrestling Foundation Gala up in LA. You've had a chance to interact with Marines. What have been some of the inspiring things that you've come across this week?
Yeah, well, the gala was really good. Everyone who spoke there did a really good job, so that was cool. And then just being here and interacting with the different Marines and captains and hearing a bit about their story, talking to them about their time overseas and their service. It's just, I mean, my brother's in the military, so I'm just very thankful. My family has, lineage of serving in the Army, so just real thankful for everything they do and continue to do.
That's a common thread with a lot of guys on this team.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to be thankful for what the military does for us.
But the backgrounds too. I mean,
oh yeah,
a lot of people involved. 2018 to this point, coming off Yasar Dagu, have the criteria loss there to Alborov. How'd the match play out, and what are things you took away from that?
Match played out. I think he put me on the shot clock in the first period, so he got a point. Then I put him on the shot clock. Then I took him down and was winning 3-1 with about 50 seconds left, and he got a takedown on me. And then I tried to score on him after that, and didn't end up scoring. But I learned a lot from it. Had to be a little better with my hand fight, a little more active with my right hand, not keeping it on him so long on the back of his head. I felt like I was just, I like that position. I like my hand there, but I think he was able to time my shots because I was keeping it up there, and every time I drop it, he knew that I was going to be attacking, so I need to be way more active with that hand. Should only keep it in one spot for maybe 3 to 5 seconds, and then I should be changing it. That'll really keep those guys off guard, but that's pretty much most people's game plan for me, it seems like, is to hold me off for 5 minutes and then try to score one takedown at the end. So I need to score early. If I score early, takedown, push out, whatever it may be on somebody, then I think it's really difficult for them to wrestle me. Then they have to come after me earlier. If I score another one 4-0, it's hard to come back on me.
Sounds like the match played out kind of similarly to the World Cup.
Yeah.
Than a year ago.
Yeah, the World Cup. I mean, I was controlling the World Cup match way more. I was up 4-0, you know, and then 4-1 maybe, and he got like 4 out of bounds on a takedown. So, yeah, but similar.
How has he adjusted to you? You've wrestled four times now. Have the matches been pretty similar in how he's wrestled, or is it giving you a different feel?
This last time was different. He didn't get as stressed when we wrestled each other, so I think that's partly to do with my right hand, and he was just prepared for the pace that I was going to wrestle at. And I don't know if he was in any physically a better shape, but I think mentally he was more prepared for it. He just knew. And when I let somebody stay in a match, you know, every minute that goes by when we're close and score, they still have a bit of hope. You know, that all I need is one. All I need is one to be able to beat this guy. So his style naturally is the way he hand fights and just kind of lets me get to my tie and then holds is something that I struggle with a little bit, but I've been working on it. So I'll definitely be ready as I can be by the World Championships.
One of the things that's really cool about Burroughs is when his career started, he was firing off a lot of doubles. He was winning on takedowns and push-outs, and then he started incorporating some turns into his game, and each year seeming to add a little bit more. What are things that you've tried to add as you go along, as guys, you're the top guy, everybody's breaking you down. What are things that you look to keep evolving and diversifying your attacks?
Yeah, it's small things. I mean, every time I compete, I learn a lot, and especially against somebody that's at a high level, try to, you know, those guys probably prepare the best for me, so I learn how they're trying to wrestle me, and it's just small things in the hand fight, small things in the finishing, so it's nothing too drastic.
You got a chance to wrestle Daycare.
Yeah.
How was that? I mean, have you gotten your hands on him much in the past? Is this a new deal, or?
Not too much, really. We've just sparred and drilled, so it's the first time we've gone live. But he actually wrestles similarly to the people that I struggle with against, because just a similar way of hand fighting, and then chest lock. I need to get better at finishing when somebody has a chest lock, so it's good for me.
He looks ridiculously strong. Some of the things that he does are out of this world.
Yeah.
What does he feel like for a 79-kilo guy? I mean,
I mean, definitely positionally, he feels the chest lock he feels really strong in. So, really, really strong. I mean, I'm excited about him. I'm excited about all the guys on the team this year. I think we have an opportunity to bring back a lot of gold medals.
You watched Sajalayev Russian Nationals?
I watched the finals.
What did you think? What did you think of what you saw from him?
He looked good. I thought he looked good. He wrestled well against Batsayev. Scored early, and if you give Sajalayev a lead like that, it's difficult to come back on him. He's got good position and good stance, so he looked good.
New shoes.
Yeah.
How did that process come about in terms of? Did you have a lot of say in what they looked like, what they felt like? Was there much input on your end?
I talked. It's been a long process. So they've been working on it for, I think, 2 years to develop and innovate from what they had to what we see now. So the shoe designer that we have, Dan Richard, he's amazing. So I communicated with him. He watched me wrestle. He watched me train, and then he basically just made a shoe that fit for the way that I compete and the way that I train. So, yeah, I mean, they were all doing it while I was in college. They were preparing it for me, so I didn't have that much say then, or any say at all, really. But then after, yeah, we talked about color waves and what I like.
Is that fun for you to be on that side of the business a little bit and have some input on it and what's going on behind the scenes? And those things are flying off the shelves, it sounds like.
Yeah, it's real fun. It's definitely fun. I mean, wrestling to me has just always been something that I love to do. So, developing the best wrestling shoes possible and other elite products is more so like a business, and that's also fun, but just different.
60 days from now or thereabouts, this process will be over, and you'll be on to whatever's next after the 2018 World Championships. What do you think your training might look like next year now that you don't have the college schedule in the middle of it and 20 matches on that and to devote to? What do you think might be different next year?
Yeah, I won't be wrestling in the college matches. I'll be able to take longer breaks off of the mat, so I won't have to train. I'll train a bit during the college season, but I'll be more strategic with when I take my breaks, when I compete, things like that. Still plan on going overseas a couple times, but yeah.
Day off tomorrow. Does that mean a total day off from wrestling for you?
Yeah. Tomorrow it means that if my fiance's in town, and she leaves tomorrow night, so I'll just be spending the day with her. But if she wasn't here, then I'd probably wrestle a little bit. But it's nice she's here.